Hey, it's been a little while. I've been on swing up in the Kimberley guiding, which has taken me sort of away working, which is cool. I spent 3 weeks up there. It was magic. I hope you're all doing well. You're sort of coming into this about halfway through. So I thought I would sort of catch you up on some of the chaos that has ensued over the last couple of days. Oh, Jesus, that's not good. I'm going to be sleeping in this for a month. I'm doing my Alpine Guide certification, and Jindabyne is currently high season through August, and it's a snow town, so inevitably all accommodation is ridiculously priced. So because of that, you can't really see it, but this shouldn't be as loose as it is, and that's because I pulled it up one day and the whole thing just started unraveling on itself, and then this section came out of the top and flew down and just spread everything everywhere. So because of that, I've taken it upon myself to sleep out of the thing that I have, which is this car, which costs me a lot less than like $120 a night for a powered site in Jindabyne. So I'm gonna take out this seat. I'm gonna figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with this. I had to go buy a new level, and this is because when the garage came down, it landed on the level. This is the old level. You can't really see it, but well, yes, you can actually. There you go. This level is not level anymore. So you see that crack? That means that it's not doing what the level's supposed to do. So I've never actually checked this spare tire. So it's good to know that I've actually got a spare tire, that it has tread on it, and that it's actually currently pumped. Thank you to my mechanic. These are my screws. They're just sort of everywhere. They fell down onto the ground, and I thought, well, what better place for them to be, because they won't be able to fall any further from this position. So I left them here, and I just sort of know what I need, and they're all in one place, and they've sort of been centralized. So I just come and collect the screws I need from this sort of little section. Now, I know some of you are going, hey Kurt, I thought you bought 2 of those sort of like screw kits. I did buy 2, but in the literal chaos of it all, one of them has gone missing, and I can't find it for the fucking life of me. I don't know where it's gone. I don't know where it could possibly be. It has literally disappeared off the face of this existence. So that is why I continue to draw from below here, from this little mess. And one day, like the prodigal son, I hope he returns. Probably when this all gets done, probably when I turn around and have finished the project, I'm gonna have a little perfectly plastic wrapped set of screws ready for me to never touch ever again. Which is exciting, it's very exciting. And this should just, yes, glorious. So that's one of the seats. I just don't know if I wanna take both of them out, because then I would then have, yeah, I'm gonna take both of them out. So in my brain, and please let me know if this is ridiculous, as of 10 seconds ago, is to put in a beam that goes across. Effectively becomes my anchor beam. I don't know, midpoint anchoring, let's call it. Sounds like a good thing, like something an engineer would say, midpoint anchoring. But midpoint anchoring sounds like that's a thing, This is one of my piles of scrap that is just existing right now. Get the midpoint anchor on it. How's the midpoint anchor? Is that stable? Is the midpoint anchor stable? Engineer talk to me. And I know some engineers and that 100% sounds like what an engineer would say. This is another little bunch of my scrap. Just being scrap. Oh, she'll be right as long as the midpoint anchors hold. Perfect. And that's that. Look at that. Second bit of chair out. I never realized how easy it was to disassemble a car. All right, so now that's out. Maybe the next point is to figure it out in terms of dimensions. I should definitely math it in some regard. Check, Sonora. Shake it all the time. Work, Sonora, work your body liner. Work, Sonora. Bit of a top of a handle of a glass. I don't know what that's come from. Issue avoidance. Mat of choice. Etherline XR Pro sleeping mat. Phenomenal. I now have a pretty good idea about how I want to fit this van out. Last night, pretty much just going through the entire chopping cardboard and cutting cardboard and figuring out what it's going to fit with where. Bought a bunch of plywood, and we're going to start pretty much just taking measurements. It is complete overkill, but I've decided on these mounts. They're like heavy duty bracket galvanized. And this is currently where we are with the car. The seats have been taken out. I took those out, you saw that. This is the shelving unit that I'm probably gonna have to hammer down just a little more. It seems to be moving ever so slightly. Maybe just a couple more screws in the center bit just here. These slide out, so if I ever wanted to haul something slightly larger, so they just sort of click in there, and I managed to make a gap on this side as well. So all of these shelves are accessible from this side. If not, this just remains closed to not allow peepers to see into my car. Down here is just a small bit of storage. I've put a shirt down here so people can see. There is a bit of timber like just here, and that's sort of the halfway mark, and it adds a little bit more support. I've left the side accessible, so that remains open. So that's just like a big stuff area, and all my stuff will be stuffed into the stuff area. So, Kurt, what could you possibly do more to this car that would make it better? Well, right where I'm sitting here, in line with this, is going to come out, and there's going to be a drawer of some description in some capacity, and that's going to come out. It's going to sit about the height, I reckon, of this sort of inlay just here, and it's going to come out. And then from that, I've got some ideas on some different things that I'm going to flesh out in my mind before I deliver it to you guys. But effectively, this is going to be a big storage unit. The bed will line down through here, and there's a small insert which goes down the end. And I run the Etherlite range from Cedar Summit, thank you Wild Earth, being my bedding that I'll be able to roll up every day. It'll be nice and easy, nice and convenient. And then the big solar panel will come down, it'll be wired. Gold Zero Boulder 200 watt solar panel. Now I reckon I'm only gonna need 100 watts of solar. Bluetti AC70 coming, it's like a power bank thing. Appreciate that, mate. All right, just in time, unplanned. So this is the AC70. I used to have a Yeti 500 from Goal Zero, but Goal Zero will stop retailing in Australia. So I've gone with these guys. I've heard great things about them. So that's that. This unit will be fed by the solar panel, and it will just live in my car. And this will pretty much manage to charge all of the gear that I need while I'm out on the road. It runs on a couple of things. It can go off shore power and just run from a 240 volt. That's the solar power cord, and then it has a little 12 volt cable as well that it can run from the car when I'm driving if there's no sun, which there might not be because it's winter in Jindabyne. So this is gonna mount on top of my car. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also just a lot of sawdust. I've got a lot of sawdust everywhere. Sawdust. Tessa's car's just here and it is covered, so I'm definitely going to have to give that a little bit of a hose down at some point. So yeah, that's where we stand so far with the car. There's still some things to do. The best of both worlds, noise cancelling, and also like I've got to insulate those windows. It's going to be bloody cold in Jindabyne. I'll take you on the journey of figuring out that whole solar system and how we're going to rig that up. All of these up in a few times. Let's do our due diligence and take that off as well. How good's that? Back to the drawing board. Disconnecting the 200 watt panels together, mounting 100 watt panel on the roof, and then just little tables and things. You know, I feel like there's so much to be built. I feel like there's little crafty things and little things that I can make my life a little bit nicer while I'm on the road. How good's that? That is where we need it. Now we build a similar piece for the top. We figure out how high we want it, and then we just start building a box. I might sort of stop here taking you with me. For this little part, I might just put on a time lapse. So here it is, here's me building a box. Here is me cutting out the top part. And then from there, we're going to figure out how the hell we're going to put this thing together. Probably with some side pieces. Cue side pieces. And just sanding it down to get all the edges nice and shiny. And then from there, we're going to cut out said side pieces, connect said side pieces, cut out the piece for the inside of those as well, and then we're going to construct it all together so that it's nice and flush. And then now that the sides are on and the top's on, what's he going to do? Maybe some more sanding. Man needs more sanding. Do some more sanding, Kurt. That's good. Good for the body. And I think we're going to leave it here for the day. I've
got the box pretty much cut out, and I'm gonna put some like little inserts into the top after this, and then they'll like pop out and you'll be able to grab stuff from the inside. But yeah,